Welcome everyone. Saturday. Back out on a job, a small job. We're knocking this out on Saturday, so we're not working a whole day. More like maybe an hour. It's a small job. So I'm gonna combine this video with another job I'm gonna try to go do tomorrow as well. It's also a small job, small lot, but it is it's a wild one. That one's gonna get a little crazy. This one, it's a real small job, a little more technical. I'm gonna show you guys what we're working with, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and oh, come on, bro. You guys can't be over here. The Canadian geese just showed up. They're like, oh, what's going on over there? Let's just go mess with the guy with the big excavator. Well, let's take a look at what we got and see what we're doing. All right, you guys can't be here. Go. Get out of here, Canadians. I don't want to hurt you. Much as I don't like you. Go. There you go. Get over there, eat all that grass, poop and eat the grass over there, all you want. All right. So we got a church over here and we got a car dealership over here. And the car dealership called me about cleaning this up. Now, I guess this is the church's stuff, but I guess the car dealership went to the church and asked them if they could take this stuff out. So when people drive by, they would have a better view of the car dealership coming from that direction. The church said, go for it, as long as you're paying for it. So the car dealership said, yeah, we'll take care of the cost. So they've given me permission to grind all this down. So I got the Mini out here, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take all this out, just grind it all down. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim that palm tree, lay the palms out, we'll grind them on the ground as well. Just trim it, I'm gonna try to trim it up as much as I can. Luckily these pines aren't too big, they haven't grown up into the power lines yet, so that's good. The only thing I gotta watch out for, there's a utility box right there, telephone. And I'm gonna try to cut all this as parallel to the road as possible, so stuff doesn't get flung out that way or out into this grass. It's just gonna limit how much cleanup work I have to do, but we'll still come back through here with the blower and blow and clean all this up, make it look nice. It'll just be a nice little pile of mulch. So that's what we got to do. So I got a little munch out here, got the Mini, got the TMC Kinsella THI 75, and if you guys are liking what you're seeing with this mulcher head, you can contact my friends over at CCE Equipment. They are a full line dealer of all of this awesome TMC Kinsella equipment. Mini excavator or excavator heads, we got any size excavator all the way down to 2.5 tons, skid steers, mini skids, PTO tractors, we got it all. If it can run a mulcher, we got it. So go check them out. There's a link in the description below and a phone number, and you can use the promo code I dig it and give them a call and they'll hook you up. So we'll get to grinding this down and hopefully it won't take too long. So let's grind it. everybody, that's the job. I tried to film me blowing all this back in there, but I think I've got a bad battery. I kept having issues yesterday. I was trying to film another job and kept having issues with the GoPro turning off and the battery. I don't know. So I was using that battery again today and it went weird. I changed out to another battery and then put that one on the back in because it said it only was at like 70% and then it only lasted 48 seconds. So I don't know. It's just stupid technology and batteries and crap with these GoPros. It's always something. You're always fighting something. But yeah, all this looks good. Got that I didn't film that, but I just quickly took the chainsaw to that palm tree really quick, and then I just laid the palms on the ground right there and just ground them up with the Mini. So all that's done. Somebody's laying on the horn over there at the dealership. Okay, we get it. All right. So all right, well, that looks good. I'm gonna send a picture to the manager of the car dealership and hopefully he'll be happy with everything. So back tomorrow on another job. So I'm gonna got the machine loaded up. I'm gonna chain her down really quick and we're gonna get out of here. So I'll check you guys tomorrow on the next job. Let's go see what that's about. All right, folks, here's the other lot we got to do. So this is only like 0.19 of an acre. It is not very big. It's not even a quarter acre. But boy, is she overgrown. Most of this, what it looks like, a lot of it is wisteria. That's this viney stuff right here. A lot of people mistake this for poison ivy, but it's not. It is wisteria. And you can see I can't even hardly tear that stuff. It's extremely hardy, tough vine. It's a very tough vine. I mean, I can't even hardly see. I'm pulling, I can't even break it. And man, there's one thing a mulcher doesn't like. It's wisteria. A brush cutter hates it even more. If I had the brush cutter, there'd be no way I could do this, because those blades start spinning around and it grabs that wisteria and just wraps it up around the spindle. It'll stop that thing dead. You cannot cut wisteria with a brush, especially not with a brush cutter on a Mini X. It just won't do it. It will not do it. But I brought the Mini over here. You can see how tight together all these big pines are in here. It's real tight. We're not working with a lot of space here. Somebody left me a TV. You know, not much I can do with that. I'll just kick that out of the way for now. But this is what we got to do. So got a little munch. Just greased everything up. Got a good sharpen on the teeth, because when you're cutting wisteria, you want good sharp teeth. I've learned that the hard way. So I went over here and asked these people if they could maybe move that car right there, but nobody answered. So I don't know. We'll do what we can. Not really too worried about this one over here, this house over here. So this is what we got to do. So let's start munching. past the thick of it now here a little bit. This surprisingly out here into the middle part of this lot doesn't actually look as bad as the front part. A little bit less wisteria, a lot of English ivy in here. A lot of wisteria on this big magnolia tree right here. You guys can see, make sure you guys can see the mulcher head. I'm going to try to trim some of these branches off this magnolia. Trim some of this stuff back, just open up the view here a little bit, make it a little easier to walk through, not have these magnolia branches in your face. There we go. There we go. Let's knock another one off right there. There we go. Big old pile of magnolia branches. This wisteria in here has definitely gummed up this mulcher a couple of times so far. Well, more than a couple actually. More than a couple, but that just happens with any mulcher when you're doing wisteria. I've had it happen to the skid steer. I've had it wrap up in the skid steer one so bad I had to get the excavator to come get it out. I mean, wisteria can wrap up in your mulcher something bad. And if you're not in an area that has wisteria and you're not really familiar with it, it's basically like trying to mulch nylon rope. It is nature's version of nylon rope. If you were stranded on an island somewhere like in Castaway and you needed to make a raft, you would definitely want some wisteria on that island, because you can make a hell of some rope out of it that would be very strong and durable. I'm not sure if wisteria is invasive to the southeast or not. It may be. Get this gum tree to go down. Come on. This is why I love the excavator, because I can do that right there. That's very hard to do with the skid steer, with these vines. Very difficult. Get this stuff to come down. Oh, there we go. That is not easy to do with the skid steer. This, but one of the fastest way to shred a small tree like this is actually open up the face like this and shred, because you're shredding the material almost parallel to the grain. It will grind a tree. It makes a mess, it'll throw stuff everywhere, but grinds a tree very quickly. Down as bad either. right there with that. And then this just being such a small lot, you know, I mean, it's not like it's 10 acres. You know, it's not even a quarter acre. You know, this is a perfect size job for a little small excavator like this with a mulcher head. Perfect job for a machine like this. Notwithstanding the Wisteria, outside of that. Occasionally I have some of those. Occasionally I have a good idea here or there. Not too often. Let's see, we'll just lift up, cut those vines, boom, that's gonna come down. Thing with this Wisteria is just try to go a little slower, keep the head speed, you know, try to keep it as high as possible so it can have a lot of tip speed on the teeth and cut that Wisteria when it hits it instead of trying to wrap it up. I mean, that's kind of the goal. It's not, can't be perfect at it, but that's kind of the goal. Of it in here that I'm seeing. I mean, I see a little bit of it, but not like it was there at the front. And over here on this left side over here next to this house was eat up with it right there. I had a hell of a time going through that. But we're making progress here. Drop a few more of these limbs off this magnolia. We got a big Wisteria vine right there. Cut. Hey. But we'll keep on keeping on and see what this looks like when we're done. So stay tuned, everybody, and hopefully we'll get this done today. All right, folks, job is done. Got all that cleaned up, and didn't have to be perfect. I should have given you guys the backstory at the beginning of this. The reason why this had to be mulched was so the owner is one of my regulars. He's a developer. He bought this, and it's in downtown, and he had the arborist come out here, and you know, in the city you can't develop anything, you know, if you got, especially you got big trees like this on there, you got to bring out an arborist. He told the arborist to go over here and take a look at it, and the arborist was like, I'm not walking in there until you have it mulched. I mean, you physically couldn't walk in here. He had to call me. He's like, I got to get it mulched out so the arborist can walk in here and actually evaluate these trees and see what they can take, what they can't take, and whatever. You know, so I guess they'll be doing that next. It didn't have to be like perfect or anything. As far as that goes, this ain't no backyard, you know, beautification job. They just need to be able to walk in here, look at the trees, evaluate them, and say, yeah, you can take this, you can't take that, blah, blah, blah. I think the goal is eventually to try to put a house in here, kind of like that, going this way. But man, this lot's got a heck of a slope on it, so it's probably doable, but you would have to like cut this elevation down and put a small retaining wall here, and then fill this back over this way. It's going to take some work to put a house in here, but especially having these trees dismantled, it's going to cost you a fortune to get a tree guy out here to come dismantle all these trees to open this up to put a house in here. I mean, that big pine right there maybe could stay, but the rest of this mostly is going to have to go if you want to put a house in here. And there's some big ones in here. There's some big ones. So, but that ain't my problem. I don't do that stuff. I just mulch it out. So that turned out really good, and I couldn't be happier. I knocked on these people's door to see if they'd move those cars, and nobody answered. I know they're home. I heard them in there talking, so I was like, appreciate the help, but I mean, whatever. But I was able to get this right here cleaned up. After I did all that, I just came back through here real quick and hit that basically parallel to the line, so everything would be throwing this way and that way. And I just touched up this corner a little bit, and yeah, that's it. Not too much to it. So I don't know what that was. I don't know, it was already cut when I got here. It was like melted. I don't know. But all right, more stuff to come. That was fun. I like these tight little underbrushing jobs with the Mini. They're always kind of my favorite. They make me have to think, you know, how I'm going to do things and what angle and how I'm going to walk in here and do this and do that. I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's not just, you know, going in there with the skid steer and just plowing stuff down. That can get repetitive sometimes, but these are fun. I enjoy these, so that was fun. All right, got her loaded up. Let's chain her down, and I'm out of here for the day. So I'll check you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.